Sweet.
What's up, y'all?
Happy BOH every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We come here to answer your Amazon seller questions. We can see David's in here already. Good to see you here.
What's up, David? Yeah, we're live every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern for the Boxum office hours. Tuesday, 4 p.m. and then Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern as well. So plenty of time to come by and ask questions. What's up, Arnold? Yeah, so just let us know what questions you guys have about kind of starting your Amazon business, all that good stuff. If you got any Boxum or shipping specific questions, would love to help you guys out with that as well. But it's also a really, really good week for sourcing. I'd kind of forgotten how good like President's Day sourcing.
Far.
Yeah.
Not even close.
President's Day sales they're usually like looking back at some of the best spend of the year, honestly. It's not Black Friday, but it's not super far off as far as like the quantity of sales that go on and that kind of thing.
So there's a lot less competition this time of year relative to certain ASINs. People are a lot less deep on stuff the past 6 weeks because there hasn't been a lot of opportunities for buying. And now here is that first opportunity for buying this year, at least in respect to having really good deals, basically, if that makes sense to you guys too. Also, we were having a lot of fun a couple days ago reviewing ASINs for you guys. So any ASINs you guys want us to check, we're happy to pull up on screen share and a review for you guys as well. Break them down. We do some sourcing and stuff too. So feel free to just send in any ASINs and buy costs if you want us to do any live product analysis here as well. Yeah, what up, Dre? Lauren in the cup. What's up, Lauren? Hey, all right, y'all showing love. Typically, y'all don't let us know you're here like that. Okay, good, awesome. How long do you typically spend sourcing online? Yeah, so it's kind of a tough answer, right? Because you're like how effective you are is zero dependent on how much time you spend doing it. Except when you're a beginner, you have to do it a lot to learn, right? And that what sourcing really comes down to is if we're not going to lie, it shouldn't really be called sourcing. It should just be called discounting, because finding the items is easy, right? But making the numbers work on the items, that's the hard part. That's the part that takes time. So once you learn, the different discount methods for, some of these different websites, right? It starts to become pretty easy to track down profitable SKUs, but definitely put as much time in as you can at the beginning. And what was really effective for me, even my first month, was finding other sellers to work with and mastermind with and source together. And that, like my buddies, Garrett and Jake from the Buy Box Bandits, we literally met and started a shared spreadsheet of leads, and that made the process so much more fun, honestly, too, as well. So if you can find some other cool sellers to work with, that's really gonna, benefit you and everything.
Yeah, it's as much time as you can afford to spend in the early days, though. I remember definitely sitting in like college classes, that kind of thing, firing up some seller amp, all that good stuff, sourcing through using class time, arguably more productively. Depending on the class.
Card Bear is a great example of that. Yeah. Should I purchase Boxum for the TD barcodes to get the ball rolling? That's definitely not going to hurt, Arnold. Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, we're also I think possibly the only shipment software with 2D barcodes post Amazon update. I'm not sure on those, but I know for a while they didn't have it.
Yeah, good. Definitely good times here before you, Arnold. Yeah, Will, if you already have that SKU that exists, it should be showing up when you're listing. If not, then support is always happy to dive into any specific questions you guys have with anything in your Boxum account. Just you can hit up support in the bottom left of Boxum or support@boxum.com.
Yep. Thoughts on selling brand names like Hanes, Gildan, Dickies for wholesale? I don't know about for wholesale, but I found Hanes stuff and Dickies stuff profitable. The Dickies stuff was from Walmart. I think the Hanes stuff might have been from Walmart too, as well.
Yeah, there's probably wholesalers for it, but
probably. And the nice thing is you can guarantee to get into it more low risk, just OA wise as well. All right, Hannah, what's the buy cost on this ASIN? Let's pull it up here, Hannah. D9 MRL1.
Yeah, you should be able to copy it, right?
Oh, it's never. Oh, wow.
Because I think the host can't copy it is the issue,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, okay. Yes. Okay. Got you. Okay. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Sweet. Here we
got
go.
you, John. What's up, man?
All right. Sweet. Let me plug this guy in here.
Let's see. Been watching for a couple months. Feel comfortable to step in? Yeah. Get after it, Arnold. Yeah. Yeah. Got to get after it for sure. Probably could have squeezed some Q4 wealth there, but don't sleep on these like President's Day sale opportunities, that kind of stuff. It's a really good time to kind of get started sourcing these.
All right, I got screen sharing back too. It's giving me those capabilities again. You want to pop me up on screen here?
There we go.
All right, so this looks good here. Okay, cool. All right, so right off the bat, right, immediately I can see this has an 130K rank. While that is in the 2% of this category, don't really worry about the percents of categories. This can totally be fine. This is probably toys and games. Yeah, toys and games here, right? Now, did Hannah put a buy cost in the chat? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So right off the bat, it's just a terrible picture. Not that that's Hannah's fault or anyone's fault, right? That just happens to be the picture on the listing. So it makes sense why it sell a little bit slower here. Taking a look though, interesting. This actually sells pretty quick. Okay. Yeah. This sells pretty quick here. And the competitions the past like 2-3 weeks has been largely stable. The price has been largely stable here too.
Biggest concern is the brand name up top. It says like Brooklyn Lollipops or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't fully read it.
Yeah.
But then it also says SpongeBob SquarePants store. So it's like halfway registered correctly.
Exactly. Yeah. And let's see if this is oh, okay. This is correct. Yeah. For that. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And we can see here. Yeah. So there was a big spike in competition a couple months ago, but as of late, right, this thing.
No one's ever been kicked off either.
So it's stable here.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, no IP complaints or anything. Decent sales volume. And I can see that from the, offer count movement. You can see it makes sense. It sold really well in December because it's a toy, right? So the sales rank was lower while people are buying a lot of toys here. And I think so if you can pick this up for like $3-4, like this is gonna do well, especially if there's like discounted gift cards or anything too, right? And then how do we find more stuff from here, right? So by far the most effective sourcing method for if you're a beginner, right, is to open up the storefronts of other sellers, right? So to go down here and open up everyone that's selling this, and we can take a look and see, you know, what else they're selling here as well, right? And we take a look, and then you immediately can see their different brands, their categories. I have a feeling this is probably a retail arbitrage item.
It definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hannah was also saying sale price on Amazon 16. Now it's been 23. That's confusing. Yeah. So you just want to source things that are profitable today.
Yeah.
It looks like it was like, it makes total sense, probably in like people's stockings or something like that.
Yep.
Looked like a Christmas gift. You can see the sales went crazy right before Christmas, and then it kind of dropped off a little bit since then.
Yep.
So it seems like a good, I would honestly watch this for next holiday season. Because I think she said she picked it up for 8. So yeah, probably get your money out of it at this point, but watch it for next holiday season. You might be able to stock in and kind of take advantage of that holiday price bump that you saw there.
Yep, for sure. So what I'd look for down here, guys, is this is a retail arbitrage. You guys see how it's a lot of no reviews and really low review sellers here, basically. So this is a really good sign. This is a retail arbitrage skew right here as well. Let's see if there's any big sellers on here. Let's see. Damn, this is crazy.
Very retail arbitrage. Yeah.
Yeah, 200 reviews here. And even that's a pretty low count, right? So yeah, we can see this is like classic retail arbitrage. There's not really much benefit in storefront stocking off this, but yeah, no, I mean, honestly, not bad, and largely has been super stable there as well.
Yep, lots of good questions too. Let's see. Able to use 10 units to ungate items requiring 100? Yeah, for sure. I've been doing that a lot recently. Let's see. How do you keep track of your gift cards? So just put them on like a Google sheet somewhere. So store like the face value of the card, what you paid for it, all that kind of stuff, get numbers, and then just write down when you use it so you don't accidentally forget to use some.
Yeah, Google Sheets would be your best friend for all types of stuff like that with selling Amazon.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate the love.
Little bit of coffee for later, something like that. Best product to list or first item to get ungated. So it doesn't necessarily matter like specific items, right? And also like if we give you a specific item here, then it's probably not profitable for super long. But you can kind of just replicate like exactly what Miles was just doing, where you're just looking at the items that other people have already had success on. And then, yeah, just dig on any of the recent auto ungated sourcing is a good place to start too. So just look up auto ungated sourcing flips for Miles, auto ungated sourcing fields of profit, see what brands we're kind of looking there. And that'll be a good starting point for you.
So I've heard of stacking coupons. Is this for any website? I'm familiar with coupon plus gift cards. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to explain, but basically each website has a set of discounts or discount. In many cases, it's actually one that makes items work, right? So 2 days ago on stream, we were taking a look at Walmart. Walmart's discount methods are you can use a tax exempt permit, so you can avoid sales tax, right? And there's good discounted gift cards too. As well, John, I definitely recommend watching a couple hours of our live sourcing, Warner's free course, my free course, stuff like that. And pretty quickly, you're going to see a bunch of examples of us making items good, right? And that's how you're going to start to learn what different discounts are common. But just to name a few, right, in terms of really the pretty much all the big ones that, once again, certain retailers take, right? So like some retailers, it's just when they have a big sale once a month or twice a month or whatever, right? Each holiday, right? Some retailers have a coupon on Capital One Shopping and Coupon Birds that is a free Chrome extension that'll give you coupons whenever you want. Gap Factory is a good example of that right now, right? Some websites have an email, account, or text sign-up coupon that pops up when you go to the retail. Or some websites have a wholesale program, right? Some websites have pop and discounted gift cards, right? And some websites take tax exempt, and that's kind of some websites have subscribe and save, right? Which the key is that sounds relatively kind of overwhelming, but the nice thing is you only have to learn each one once. So like what I do is I have a coupon tracker, right? Where I just get notified, or not get notified, where I can just see and add to my memory bank, right? Okay, Nautica, boom, that's how you do it. Target, boom, that's how you do it. Costco, boom, that's how you do it, right? And then I can remember each time for the future.
Yeah, found some lead storefront stock on the phone. That's what's up. Yeah, sitting in line somewhere, finding some profit. How do you know if FBM selling will win the buy box if you're only seeing FBA? So if you're not seeing any FBM on the buy box, then you're probably not going to win a lot of sales. I guess there'd not really be a way to know if there's no one who's ever tried it via FBM, but you can always, like, since you're gonna have to buy it anyway, you can always list it FBM for a couple days. If it doesn't sell, then just send it in.
I'll me up on screen share too here.
Got you.
Sweet. So this is how you tell the FBM friendliness of something, right? For the most part, it's going to be looking if other people are doing it, right? And so we can see most likely is going to be FBM friendly here, right? Just based off that, right? But then also we can scroll down here to the buy box analysis on SellAmp as well. And we can see who's won the buy box most recently here, right? This seller's gotten 9% of it the past 30 days, less than 1% of the past 30 days. But the key is they're all FBA here, right? And then we can see that further broken down on Keepa here. And we can see, yeah, so interestingly enough, guys, this is not an FBM friendly item, even though there's some other sellers doing it, right? This is not an FBM friendly item. And I can see that because only less than 1% of the buy box share has gone to these FBM sellers, or to any FBM seller right here. And we can see it's got boom, FBA, 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 right? And then boom, FBM, right? But only one seller, and it's less than 1%. So there's not much, not anywhere close to enough FBM buy box share going to this item here as well. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's also facts revelations. somebody took that picture with their, their legs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was like, yeah, that looks good. I'll put that up on Amazon. What's a good replan Keepa look like? So replens are like kind of like a, I don't know, people misuse the word a little bit. Like you're naturally going to find products that are replenishable, right? The only things that aren't replenishable are very seasonal items. So like what we were just looking at where the sales rank dipped massively during December, it's probably not as much of a replan as just like, you know, a shirt or a vitamin or something that just continues to sell year round basically. And you'll naturally find products that you buy once and you can't restock. The sale price went away, that kind of thing. You know, you just got to wait till the coupon comes back or the price goes down, that kind of thing. And then other items you're gonna find that you just consistently are able to restock it. The sale rolls back around pretty often. You figure out the sales cycle, and you keep restocking that for a long time. But it's kind of like definitely a buzzword of sorts. But
completely agree. Yeah,
you'll naturally build a catalog. Basically, I don't see anything. You might have to
really?
share.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Oh, let me. Okay, yeah, I'll hit present again. My bad. All right.
Let's see. All right, pop you up there. Yeah.
Cool. Right. So yeah, and it's not is an item a replen versus not is it a replen? It's how replenable is it? Because pretty much everything, if you're thinking on like a yearly basis, is a replen, right? But not everything you can buy profitably 24/7, right? This is something that most likely the past couple months people have been able to restock here, right? And they've been happy on it. They've been happy to restock. But there's also pretty low competition, so it's been hard for some people to find too, right? So this is like a perfect example of the kind of thing, you know, that you're looking for. But the key is that, you know, if you're making under 10 grand a month profit, don't worry about replens, focus on profitable stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll just naturally, like with the more items you find, you filter it back down to that website. Oh, that sale, I remember getting, 5 items on that sale when it came around last month. Let me filter down. Oh, 3 of them are good again. All right, cool. Let me restock and buy some more good stuff.
Yep, that's the whole game, guys.
Do Amazon ads and Vine make sense for OA? Not really, Carter. Usually there's not enough margin for like a legit campaign. You can, like, some smart sellers will bid like a nickel or a dime on any keywords that slip through, but there's no real reason to mess with that unless you have like a lot of something.
Yep.
Let's
Like
see.
eBay sometimes.
Went to store. Think you found a good item to sell. Toggled FBA to FBM. Let's see. Box to go. So probably the big thing there, Hannah, is you need to include a shipping price. I would assume that's what's going on there. So like when you're switching to FBM, it's thinking that it's a really good item because you didn't have anything baked in for the $4 to $8 to ship it, depending on how heavy it is. That's probably what's changing there.
Yep. And that's such an important thing for beginners, guys. That's a mistake like so many people make, is not factoring that in correctly. So I can show right here what we mean by that as well, right? So a lot of you guys will plug in $2 here, right? And think that the way you get the FBM numbers is to just subtract shipping from this in your head. That's not correct, right? This is solely the FBA calculator, right? What you need to do instead is rock and roll down here, right? And toggle this over to FBM. And then most importantly, plug in an FBM cost right here, right? And where you get that is we have a free breakdown for you guys at howtofbm.com. You can check out there, right? You can do all your listing, FBM, listing FBA through Boxem, all that here, right? So we can see, plug in that FBM cost, which on this item weighs 5 ounces, probably gonna be for like $4.50, right? And we can see FBM, it's a 300% ROI. FBA, it's a 210% ROI, right? So we literally get 90% extra because of knowing about those FBM numbers. And that's the difference on so many leads, is there's extra margin FBM, but you don't know if you don't plug that in. So that's so important to be, hip to and confident using that FBM calculator. It's very, very important.
40 sales a month, 60 for that ASIN. You can make a couple sales. That definitely wasn't my favorite product.
Yeah, and the price wasn't going down either. Yeah, I mean that item was like fine.
A lot of times you'll find that there's a small percentage of the people on the listing that are actually competitive too.
Yeah, and it's retail arbitrage too, so it's probably a bunch of low.
Bunch of people with like 2 units in stock.
Yeah.
Versus a super like wholesale or online arbitrage heavy listing, you might have some sellers with 50 or 100 on there.
Facts.
Let's see. If a brand comes up on IP software, do you still risk it if the keeper graph doesn't show IP complaints? A lot of times, yeah, I'll go through just because, when you're looking at like SellerAmp or something like that, where it says it might be an IP brand, that usually just means that 1 to 100% of the listings give you IP complaints, right? So it's just like hey, this brand is giving some sellers some IP complaints. Check the seller count. Make sure you look good. But yeah, I've definitely bought a lot of items that say they might IP, but that specific brand has never, or that specific listing has always looked pretty safe.
Miles, you're everywhere. Watch your 8-hour free course. Now watch Fields. Hey, that's the way. Yeah, that literally, like all of you guys, I truly believe, right? You watch Warner's whole video, watch my whole video, right? It's going to be about 12 hours of free Amazon game. It's going to set you up really, really well. You're going to see different perspectives on this stuff too. And, and everything. Is a flat buy box line or boxy? You want it being like, ideally like stable, but jumping up and down, people selling out here and there and going up on the top. And then the bottom, you want like stable and going down a bit right there. When you don't do your hair, oh my gosh, revelations, man. I'm gonna ban myself here right there. Revelations. We need that face reveal though, man. We need that hair reveal.
Found an item that made the item free. You should go crazy on that, Malik.
On a coupon that made item free. Yeah, bro. There's been some crazy loops.
Yeah, there's been some crazy coupons that slip through. Yeah. Send some candles in. Amazon telling you have to use manufacturer barcode. Make sure you're opted out of commingled. You should be able to force it through where you label it yourself. Like if you're listing on Boxem, you'll just change it to seller label.
I forgot the shipping cost.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, but the key is, Hannah, right? We appreciate you coming. We appreciate you bringing that up because now you know and now everyone else knows as well, right? Because we got to be grabbing that extra margin that we can get out of those FBM SKUs.
Yep. Let's see. Major first sales today. Boxem's UI was super easy to use. And new seller, glad to hear it, Carter. Yeah, keep filling up those boxes full of profit. I like it. There's a couple more ASINs. I think you can copy them a lot easier. If you want
yeah. Well, now, yeah. Which ironically you can't. Which once again makes no sense from our beloved streaming software, but it is what it is. All right, let me pull these up, y'all.
Let's see. Can Amazon itself ship products from the manufacturer to their warehouse? It depends on if the manufacturer is willing to work with you and ship it in using like Amazon specific requirements. Typically, I've done that like buying some wholesale orders, where I'll just have them say like, give me a description of the boxes or the pallets that you're shipping. and then I'll just pay Amazon the 55 cents a unit for them to label it for me. But you're at about a bare minimum, you're going to have to pay Amazon to label it for you. Worst case, you can always like ship it to a prep center and they can do the process if your supplier will not give you like dimensions and that kind of stuff that you need.
All right, let's take a look, y'all. See what we got.
I'm not seeing your screen if you.
Oh yeah, oh no, I'm grabbing it right now. Yeah.
Sweet.
Boom. There we go.
There we go.
All right. So item number 1 here. So right off the bat, this is $15 and a drink product, which means it's like, I'd just be shocked if we could make money on this. Low key does look like a decent personal item at the $15 price point. But let's see. Okay. So we can see here. So yeah.
It's just too heavy to sell profitably at that price. Yeah.
So
Amazon's selling that at a loss to bring people to the platform.
Yep. The sales rank is ridiculously good, but it is very blocky. This does not sell often. We can't really see offer count movement that's consistent. This is something you totally want to avoid. Right. Next item up here. Ooh, okay. Retail arbitrage. This thing moving here for sure. Right. FBM buy box. Yeah, it's a good sign. So we know we could FBM this if we wanted to. Right. And then we can see here. Oh. All right. Competition shooting up. Price is shooting down here. Right. The only time you would want to buy something like this if it was like retail arbitrage and you were super profitable and you were just going to get in and get out quick, basically. So yeah, the competition's shooting up. The price is really going down. Unless you're like ridiculously profitable on this, you would want to avoid it. And the only time I would buy it would be to list it same day FBM and get the heck out of it.
Yeah, you'd have to have a pretty good buy cost on that. It's like the opposite of a keep a chart that you want to see.
Yeah, it will exactly. Yeah, let's see.
There is that. So sometimes if you got plenty of money to play with.
Oh, this was actually a chill and replant for a minute there. Look at that.
Yep.
Back last summer, like this is like, you know, that's a clean chart right there back in the day on this skew. Nice.
Yeah, unless you're getting it at a really good deal. How many offers is too many or too little for a product? Yeah, so if it always has like one seller, probably private label. Check several other listings on that brand and see if there's lots of third-party sellers on other ones. Too many doesn't really matter. It's more about like the trend of sellers. So if there's consistently 50 sellers on a listing and it stays profitable, then I'll buy it. If there's usually 20 and it went up to 50 and the price is starting to drop, then that's too many sellers. Or even, you know, usually there's 3 and it went up to 15 and the price is dropping, then it's a worse listing than something that says stable with 40 sellers, just because you want like you want consistency over just like arbitrary seller counts and that kind of thing. On gate with an invoice 5 to 6 products. Yeah, you can use the same invoice for multiple brands if that's what you're asking. Yeah, as long as you got at least 10 of those. Let's see what numbers need to look like to skip a test buy. Yeah, so that's kind of one thing that you'll learn over time. I like the question. A couple, like I would say on the keep it chart, if you see the price like jumping all over the place, typically that means it's selling real low. If you see like a lot of new sellers going in and out, you can kind of start skipping the test buy. But start skipping test buys when you're probably going to be like 2 or 3 months in and your biggest complaint about every item you buy is like, man, I wish I would have bought more of this. It's not, oh, I see the mistake I made. I lost $50 here. Lesson learned, right? It's just kind of when that flip switches and it's like, all right, I just should have bought more of that. That's my biggest mistake here.
Got another ASIN. Thank you, Freddie.
Worth it. You can do that yourself usually, Kim. You can plug in something like that to track down the little ones, but as far as like missing items from shipments, you're paying them way too much just to upload an invoice for you, basically. And yeah, basically, Kim, within Boxem on the shipments tab, it'll say completed, and you can see like the total percent that Amazon actually received. Anything that was less than you actually sent in, then you just pop into Seller Central and upload the invoices for those items.
Yep. You want to pop me up right here?
There we go.
Sweet. Okay. So right off the bat, we know this listing sells. It's got a 60K rank and it's got 50 plus bought in the past month.
I found those the other day. I know exactly where they sourced this.
Oh, cool. No. Guys. We want you do not want the competition looking like this. You do not want the competition looking like that. You do not want that, right? You want it either stable or going down here, right? So this was most likely super easy to find on like Target or something like that.
I think it was RA if they
oh yeah, 5 below, different color there. Yeah, $5. So yeah, very, very easy to find. So we do not want charts that look like that unless you're paying like a buck for it.
You could FBM it if it's FBM. Is it FBM friendly?
Yeah.
Take advantage of some of those short-term profits.
Let's see, data and then buy block. Oh, totally FBM.
Oh yeah. You could get some short-term profit on that for sure.
Yeah, right. Y'all see how all this buy block shares FBM right here? Boom. Not bad right there, guys. Not bad at all.
Let's see, niches for a beginner. Anything that sells, man. Yeah, I wouldn't get too attached to anything specific unless you kind of have a personal attachment or a kind of personal knowledge in a specific niche already. Makeup, specific type of, baking or something like that. Any hobby you might already be into might give you some insight into where to get things cheaply, like what sells. Beyond that, just start digging through storefronts and see what people are finding success with, basically.
Yep, see a lot of laundry detergent sellers in my feed. Can that be profitable? Hey, they wouldn't be selling it if they weren't making money, man.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like fraud labels that go on there. So just
they're probably all FBM people too. Because
be a little careful with that.
Yeah, they're very, very light. You should delete the listing if you're not going to restock. Yes, yeah.
Especially if it's a brand that you're not super familiar with. A lot of times, if it's a brand you plan on selling for a really long time, you just keep it in there, keep the data, that kind of thing. But you'll have it all stored in Boxum. We have some very, very cool analytic stuff that's coming extremely soon. We're able to play around with it on the back end, so we're excited to share a lot more advanced numbers on this type of stuff with you guys. How's the seller count going up so high? Not sure, man, Freddie. You probably just get it in like beauty or something like that. Yeah.
Yep. And guys, if you haven't yet tried out Boxum, get a 2-week free trial, right? It'll make your listing FBM, your listing FBA, your shipping inventory to FBA, right? And reporting and stuff like that a lot easier. Like Warner was saying, we got these cool reporting features coming soon for you guys. Should I be selling in Mexico and Canada? Not a huge fan of that, Michael, honestly. It will make you more money. It kind of depends what you sell. If you sell a lot of non-returnable items, I think it's a great idea to do that.
Yeah, there's just if you're not careful, there's higher fees on a lot of items that can kind of sneak up on you. And something that is a profitable sale in the U.S. is not in Canada or Mexico. It's like some weird geographical things too. Just in terms of like different countries, nutrition label requirements, that kind of thing. It's the best way to keep FBM meltables in the summer, keep from melting. I don't typically do too many things that actually melt just because you're going to have to pay too much in the packaging usually. I will say a lot of things are marked as meltable that are not actually meltable, especially in like the vitamin category, that type of thing. Where like I had an item a couple summers ago, I put it out in the sun in the south. It did not melt. I was the only person on the listing for the entire summer and made a lot of money. Like even on the shipping label alone, there was profit because it didn't actually cost as much as people were paying on that kind of thing.
And sun maxing, you sun maxed the item.
Sun max the you sun max the item and the profit goes up. Yeah.
That is literally makes a shitload of sense too as well. See now, and we're the only gurus who would tell you that too.
Found a banger yesterday. That's what's up, Chris. Yeah. Some product finder stuff. Yeah, we'll break down a lot of that on the free class on Wednesday night as well.
Oh yeah, true. Good call. Yeah. So what's that? February 19th. February 19th, my friends.
Yep. How quickly are items be scanned using Boxum versus not? So usually it's like 2-ish days faster if I'm using 2D barcodes. 2-3 days faster for my personal Amazon business, and then I've seen a lot of Boxum users seeing the same thing. So. That majorly adds up for your cash flow though over the course of the year, and it's free to add to your labels that you're already making, so might as well.
Yep, of course. Yeah, try that out, April. If you're interested, yeah. If you guys haven't yet come to one of our free class, definitely tune in on February 19th, guys, as well. We will absolutely get you guys right. Can we send you procs and see what you guys think of them? Yeah, we'll be on live again. We're gonna hop off for today in a sec for this edition of Boxum Office Hours, but at least one of us typically will live stream every day on our personal channels too, as well. Now I don't really know anyone that's making Amazon Dubai content, honestly. But if you search it up, someone's got to be though. We just don't personally know though. But I bet
yeah. You can also you could probably hit U.S. market with prep centers, that kind of thing too.
Yeah. Better to sell FBM or FBA than 3K in sales February so far. FBM. Oh, dude, keep doing what you're doing, and then those listings that are cooking well for you, toss them in on an FBA as well. You can sell FBM and FBA even at the same time, even on the same item, right? Which is awesome.
Let's see, target ever restricted from someone they respect to Resell. Yeah, Target's kind of anti-reseller if you go like super crazy. So each website you'll kind of learn how much you can get away with. Some websites you can literally spend $10,000 in a day. Definitely done that. And then other websites you try to buy $50 worth of stuff and they're like, no, we don't want your money. And then you probably look them up on Google and you realize they're going bankrupt and you're like, I'm trying to give you some revenue here. It's funny how that works.
Do the same as so it actually does a lot more because it's not only going to give you a lot of the reporting stuff once you bring that out in the next couple of weeks, but it also does listing and shipping. So a major component of the business that's really confusing doing it through Seller Central, you can have a lot easier on Box. I've been having a hard time on getting Dove. Any tips? Just make it so easy when the Amazon person's looking at that file, add in all the info. So take a picture of the shipping label, take a picture of the items, right? The order confirmation, shipping email, delivery email, picture of the product, the UPS track, just beef up all in one PDF, name it something professional, maybe digitally annotate, circle some stuff here as well, and you'll be good to go. Now, Lauren, life's too short to worry about 10 unit. You know what I mean? Like, life's too short to worry. If they're going to cancel 10, buy a bunch and let them cancel you, and then you'll move on to another more.
Yeah, it depends on it's very seller to seller, Lauren. That's kind of the big thing. You'll see some people saying this website's super reseller friendly, and somebody else who's also been on Amazon for a long time. They're like, no, it's not. It's very person to person. So you'll be able to buy a ton of stuff on websites where your Amazon seller friends can't, and vice versa. So you just kind of get in where you can and buy a bunch when they let you.
Oh, can't. So, that means they're what's hard gated. Yeah. It's funny when you're trying to get ungated and the online retailers limit to 9. Yeah, you could just do 2 orders though. Yeah, ungating invoice just have to be two orders of 5 or 2 orders of 9 or just any amount of orders that combine to 10 plus total units. Do buy guy.
We literally answered your question, dog. Man. Yeah, we got you.
Come on, Yassine, show some love, man.
I mean, a bunch of questions going up, right? Changed to 100 last year. So they show 100 on some, but you can still use 10. I've used it on a ton of brands. So a lot of other Amazon sellers and some conversations with Amazon support reps have said that's still fine as well. So keep ripping 10 unit, especially on stuff that's like expensive. There's no reason to spend $5,000 trying to get ungated or something.
It's a fact. Starred comment here. Cool. All right. Appreciate y'all tapping in for this Box of Office Hours, guys. Every Thursday, right? We're on here answering your guys' questions. And then like we're saying, like at least one of us typically a live stream every day on our own pages too. As well. So make sure you follow Fields of Profit. Make sure you follow Flips for Miles. Another really good thing you can do, follow as many Amazon seller accounts as you can on social media. Take 5 minutes right after this. Go to my IG, go to Warner's IG, hit the drop down menu, follow all the recommended. That's going to passively introduce you to a lot of different perspectives on this stuff for no money. And that's, never really going to hurt you guys, Yep.
Yeah. Just use 10 Corona. You're good. Sweet. Yeah. Good vibes. Y'all, come back whenever you got questions, that kind of stuff. Go grab that free trial box, some free trial selling app, start sourcing stuff, ship in some boxes, and see you guys again very soon.